Hello, everyone, boys, gals, and everything in between. It's SlakingRetaliation. I'm here. I'm not back, so don't expect like a thousand new videos. But for this one, I have a special little video. I'm trying to keep it short, but this may be a pretty lengthy video, but I will try to cut it down where I can. Basically, this video I want to talk about what I want and what I expect from Nintendo or Game Freak for a new Pokemon game that is coming to the Switch at the end of this year. I assume November. Usually that's when they release them. And I pretty much want them to keep the same concept, I want them to, the gyms, I want you to keep that. The 3 starters, I want you to keep that because, if you can choose out of 1,000 Pokemon we have right now, that's gonna get really complicated. Who should you put in? Who should you keep out? Legendaries or whatnot. Keep the 3 starters, and keep the core concept of what made Pokemon Pokemon. Towns, routes, forests, Victory Road, stuff like that. Pokemon League. Keep that kind of concept intact. So it is a Pokemon game in its principled sense, but it's a new system. We're going from the 3DS to the Switch, which obviously has better power, better specifications, better capabilities. So don't give me the same old thing, because you're just gonna upscale graphics and it's gonna be the same game. The reason sales have fluctuated so much in Pokemon, because you went from a brand new thing in Gold and Silver and Blue, Yellow, whatnot, and you went to Generation 3, so Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Now it's still good. You added some things. You added Battle Frontier, which really made the end game really good. Diamond Pearl, Platinum, which had Battle Frontier, all that stuff. And that was really, really good. It was expanding. And Black and White was good. And Black and White 2 was X and Y, Battle Mason. Oh, that's Battle Mason. I'm looking for these things. One, I want a better endgame. As someone who usually beats Pokemon games and plays them from time to time afterwards in Wi-Fi battles, competitive play with friends, stuff like that, yes. Grown men play Pokemon games with other grown men. But what I want is really to bolster up that endgame content. So don't give me the same game and give me good endgame. That would be a vastly better game than the games we've recently got. But bolster it up. I don't care if it's Battle Frontier again. I don't care if it's like the Delta series. I even forgot the name. I don't even know what in ORAS they had like an end game. I swear it's Delta series. I have no idea. Don't quote me on that. Whatever it was called. That was good. Other episodes after that. It was like a completely different game, and it was good. What I don't want is for it to be the same thing. So, Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, it had new mechanics, new concepts, but no one likes them because you just want the Pokemon game. You don't want like the stupid mechanics from Let's Go to no wild encounters, like all that nonsense. Don't give me that. I'm asking for something new, something we've never seen before. And what is something we've never seen before? That's the question that Game Freak specifically has to answer. And I believe what we've never seen before is a new concept since Diamond. We've seen the same old thing, reframed over and over again. I just want something new. Whether that's open world, whether that's completely overhauling the graphics. So now we literally have like when you go into a city, it's a city. It's not like 3 buildings and whatnot. It's like literally a city. Stuff like that. Interesting little things like that. Pretty much, I'm going to say it here. Pretty much what I want from a Pokemon game is from the Pokemon anime. Not that crazy open world, like not that insane. But what I want is literally that. I want the cities look like a city. So many buildings, not 1 or 2 buildings, We've seen it before, We've seen one street as a city, quote unquote. Give me a city, man. Give me some architecture. Give me some things to look at. I just want like a game, like a Pokemon game with actual like things in it, not just, you know, because we're always on limited power here. I know Pokemon has that art style and has to stay true to its principles, right? But give me, even that would be a start. Even just, you know, we're completely overhauling the graphics. You know, it's not, cities are gonna be cities, so there's gonna be like, even if it's not open world, you know, here's a big city. You know, it's not just one or two buildings. Some buildings, of course, you can't go into, like Pokemon that's been throughout. You know, the secret glitches to get into them, the wall hacks, you know, stuff like that. But of course, there's gonna be buildings that are just there for cosmetic, aesthetic purposes. But give me something, you know, give me more meat to the bone, and give me, you know, things that are tangible. Pokemon has a lot of intangibles. Like, I don't want the same old trainer bullshit, you know, where you have like this route and there's like 1,000 people there who wanna challenge you. You know, there's something there. I don't know personally, which is not why I'm suggesting something, but there's something there that you can overhaul. You have the same concept there, the same principles throughout the games from Generation 1 to now, and it was the same thing all the time. So how can we overhaul that? I don't personally know. I don't want a battle royale, so no Pokemon battle royale, please, please no. But I want something that you can overhaul the battling slash training system. You know, keep the core principles that we battle someone. You know, there's 6 Pokemons and whatnot. Keep that, but you know, kind of mess around with that and see if you get something that is really likable, that stays true to what it once was, but is also something completely new. I know that's kind of, you know, an oxymoron or just like two contradictory statements, but there's something that can be done there. So first I went over, you know, give me some end game, you know, give me some overhaul the graphics. Like, give me a city when it's a city, give me a town when it's a town, give me a road when it's a road, and, you know, do something with the trainer system. But a concept that I've always been very, very interested in, and I think many people have been interested in, is actually having either end game system or online system where you can actually be a gym leader. You know, like that's been like the coolest thing. You know, I'm privy to, like, I've been guilty of, you know, in Fire Red, I've been guilty of when Giovanni isn't there, I'm literally just standing there pretending that I was a gym leader back in the day, you know, when that game came out probably like 13, 14 years ago. And I was standing there like, man, this would be good if there's a system where, even if it was just NPCs, even if it was just on other online players, where you could create your own gym, and, you know, you'd be principled to the same things, like maybe monotypes, like maybe you're like a variety kind of person, whatever. But you can create your own gym, and then you can accumulate badges, or when you fight other people, so people create their custom badges or whatnot. Like, maybe have like a website system where you can, like, I don't know how that would be monitored. I mean, you know, I'm just envisioning, you know, lots of you know, very weird things. But, you know, regardless, you know, I don't know how that's gonna be monitored, but create a system where, you know, you get a community. I'm not talking about like the me system where you had like drawings where Nintendo was moving shit half the time. But I'm talking about something that is like, you be a gym leader, you face others online, you accumulate badges and whatnot. You can go fight other people. Other people can fight you. You can get challenges. You accept challenges. You know, something like that. I don't know how it works, but that's just like the base plate, the core concept for that. But that would be really, really cool. Like, I just knew in the bottom of my heart as a child, when I was standing in Giovanni's place when he disappeared after you beat the game, you're standing there and you're like, you know what would be cool? If I could get challengers right now, that'd be amazing. So that's another concept. So I round out into, I have many concepts, but I round out into the last one here. which is, you know, I've talked about, give me the new game, give me the new graphics, you know, give me gym leaders still, give me like fix the trainer system, make it more fruitful, you know, maybe add a gym leader in there, you know, upgrade the end game to make it more plentiful. But one thing I have not talked about, and I don't think anyone or very few people have thought about, is you can do all of this in an old generation. You know, remakes are remakes. I mean, when we look into games or remakes like Resident Evil 2, you know, the core principles was there. The storyline was, you know, a little bit different. You know, they've done their things, but that was a relatively good game. That was a relatively good horror game. That was a relatively good Resident Evil. What I'm saying is, you can do that whether or not you want to make it Diamond, Pearl, Platinum and say, you know, we're going to have the core concepts here, the core story. It's our own take on it. It's not a remaster like Fire Red was, pretty much. It wasn't a remake, it was a remaster. Let's Go was a remake, or slash like a spin-off. You can make it in an old generation. I hear many people say, we want a Diamond Pearl remake. And I hear many other people saying, Diamond Pearl was awful. Please don't do that, Game Freak, please. But you can do all this in a remake. So you can not only make I want the new stuff people happy, but you can also make I want the old remakes of Diamond Pearl. Like, I want that to be remade people happy. You get the best of both worlds in that. So it's really an interesting thing to talk about. In a few months, whether or not it's announced what they're doing, like the core principles of the game, it'd be interesting, since it's a new system and they have a history of kind of, I don't want to say completely like redoing things, but they're known to do their major tweaks / minor tweaks. But it'd be really interesting to see if they do anything like absolutely, I don't know, visionary, I guess, or like completely something they've never done before. I know people don't like change, but I think we've been through the old thing for 24 plus years now. Give us something new. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So once again, I'm SlakingRetaliation. I'm telling you to keep on retaliating. Peace out, guys.